minute. I'm pushing the limit. I'll take it as far as I can go. So let's go. Whoa.
The way Olivia is able to see the floor, it's just phenomenal to have her as a point guard here leading this team.
One of the most entertaining duo.
Every game is like a movie, the things that they do.
You wanted to know what it was going to look like with Hannah Hidalgo and Olivia Miles? Well, those two have really been terrific together.
Hannah Hidalgo, the best two-way player in women's college basketball.
It's amazing to kind of play alongside her.
Hannah is fiery, dynamic. She plays with a lot of heart and passion.
Everybody talks about what is probably the best backcourt in the country.
I guarantee it's the best backcourt in the country. I promise you that's the deal. All right, let's go to South Bend. Coach Ivey joins us. Neil, always a pleasure having you. Thanks for making time. I was kidding around with you during the break that, going back to October for ACC tip-off, I said, listen, you've had a front row seat for practices to watch these two. How would you describe it? And you said, awesome. And I said, man, when a coach is telling you that before we get to the regular season, you're good to go. But what's it been like for you and your staff to be able to see this up close and personal, not only on game day, but the really dirty work, if you will, behind the scenes, the practice when you really learn the nuances of the game? What's it been like for you and the staff?
It's been fantastic. Those two guards are just, again, they're special. Every practice, they're doing something incredible. They're growing together. They're having fun with it. They're playing with joy. I think that's what I love the most by watching them. They put in the work. They love to compete. And I just love how well they're playing together. Our chemistry just grows game by game. And they're just so electric. They're just so fun to watch. And it's electrifying for the fans and our staff.
Every time we have you on, I love to ask you about your players because your team really is dynamic. And it's more than just these two terrific players. You got a bunch of them. But how have they made you and your staff better?
Yeah, there's so many different pieces to this. I always talk about pick your poison. We have so much talent on the floor. So for me, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm balancing the talent, making sure everybody's playing to their strengths and working to try to find that balance together and, continue growing that chemistry. But they definitely make me better. They want to be coached. They want to be great. So when you have players that are very intentional about being better and playing to their potential, it makes you better as a coach. And I'm grateful.
I saw a documentary the other day. It was old, but Coach K and the Dream Team, and here's LeBron, here's Kobe, and all this stuff. And he told a great story about when they first got together, and he went around the room and asked them. And just what you just said, all of those guys were like, "Hey, Coach, we want you to coach us." This isn't one of those ego trips. We're here to work. When you have this kind of talent, and that's why I asked you about your staff. Going back to the preseason, and now even during the week, now the grind, we're in February, when you go around the room to see greatness, which is what this group is, they do want to be coached, don't they? It is a special breed. It's a different cut when the best really want to go to work, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, they have that mindset. We've talked about, just being elite all the time. So that means the way you prepare, that's big. Just making sure you're coming into practice every day, giving your best, challenging each other, holding each other accountable, and just bringing your best individual performance every game, every practice. Credit to our leadership, our seniors. And we're fortunate, that we have added Leah too, we've added Liza. So we have a lot of experience on our team. They keep basketball the main thing. And we just focus on staying present and getting better every day.
Coach, one of the things I think that's underrated when it comes to great teams is communication. We always talk about Meow's a great passer, or they're playing great defense, or she makes a great shot, or whatever the combination may be. But the ability to communicate, I want you to take that to another level. How would you express the importance of that with this team, and who are the leaders on this team when it comes to communication? That's true whether it be game day or practice or going to class, or like you said, the little details that make this thing so special.
Yeah, it's something we talk about all the time is communication, something that I worked on with this team. I brought in speakers, try to find balance of making sure that we understood how to speak to each other, how to get the best out of each other, working on just team bonding, things this season, off season. I think that really helped us. It really helped our leaders create an even stronger voice. My captains, they're Maddie, Sony and Olivia, and they know my system really well. So they're doing a great job of being our leaders, being the voice on the floor for me. And then, like I said, adding Leah to adding Liza, coming from a different programs, but also bringing their experience in. You can't be a great team if you don't know how to communicate with each other. So that's something that we really worked on in the offseason, and it's showing up now.
I always hear, regardless of what the sport, that the best teams kind of teach and coach themselves. And again, no disrespect, because obviously it's got to come with leadership from the top in your staff. But I'm sure that you've probably seen that in play with this group. And if so, could you give me an example of, hey, this is what we're talking about, of great leadership of the team?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. Even as a player, like our one of our best teams, they were player led. Those teams were player led, and that was myself. And we have a really experienced senior class that year, and it's the same way here. They're very player led. I give them a lot of input, but I also give them a lot of freedom to lead, and they do a great job. I would say some examples are just in game. Liv will come over and tell me things that she sees, and then we apply it. So they do a great job of being prepared, making sure that when they come out on the court, they're ready to play. I think it's about how you set the tone, and I think that's been a big difference for this season is, coming out prepared, ready to go, and that's I credit our captains for that, and our seniors for making sure that we're ready every night. The target is bigger on our back. We get everybody's best game, and which is amazing. But you have to make sure that you're doing a great job of being player led, so they can go out on the floor and do what needs to be done.
Coach, do you feel that the target, or is it just like, hey, it's just par for the course at Notre Dame? This is what we do. We win national championships. We're a national brand. Or is it one of those kind of things? Hey, social media, everybody knows what everybody's doing in their business. How do you keep everything grounded from that perspective?
Yeah, just having transparent conversations, understanding, there is a target, but also there's the expectation. Like you mentioned, we already have that expectation for ourselves. And just again, never being too high, never being too low, and focusing on the main task, which is the next game. There's no game that's bigger than the next game, and that's what we focus on. Our biggest opponent right now is Pitt, that we're playing on Thursday, and just making sure that everybody is aware of this is how we need to prepare every night.
By the way, I saw something that was really funny that the social media team put together, because you mentioned you're going on the road at Pitt, and then Monday on President's Day you got Duke coming, which will be a fantastic game. And I read and I wrote it down. I said, if you don't have a ticket, you better start making friends. It's got to be pretty cool, though, right? I mean, I'm listening, and when you go to restaurants, whatever the case may be, I mean, the buzz of this town right now, since football, we put that in the rearview mirror now. Women's basketball has taken center stage. And again, Muffet, the incredible job she's done, what you've done now in this transition, taking it to another level too, ranked number 2, highest ranking since 2019. That's got to be pretty cool, right? I mean, because everybody's talking about this team because they're so dynamic and fun to watch.
Yes, it's incredible to be a part of. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed for the support of this community. I love that not just in South Bend, but women's basketball buzz is still at an all-time high. The momentum for the last couple of years has been incredible for these young, amazing women that are putting in the work and getting the respect that they deserve. So it's a lot of fun here in South Bend. I love that caption because again, we've had the most sold out games in the last couple of seasons, and it's just a credit to the support, and we love it. We love having a packed house, and it's just great for the game.
By the way, there have been so many moments with your team, because I keep saying on the air, I said, when Notre Dame's playing, you got to watch, because even if you don't know a person's name, you will be entertained with the way the game is played, because you play the game the right way. Spacing's great, passing, moving out the ball and make shots. You got stars all over it. Listen, Hannah may go off and score 30. Olivia may do 25. Citron the other night was fantastic, and she's so steady and great. I mean, has there been a play or plays that have taken place this year where you looked at your staff and kind of went, wow, like, I don't want to show those cases because we got to keep this thing down and low, right? But I mean, there's got to be a couple times you've looked around and just went, oh my goodness, that was ridiculous.
Yes, I would say the Texas game at home when
Yeah.
Hannah threw the ball over her head to Liv, that was something I've never been a part of, never witnessed. And the electricity of the building, the crowd went crazy. But then what I loved about the play after that was the embrace that Olivia gave Hannah after she made that play. It was so special. It was a special moment. That's one of my favorite plays of the season. There's been a lot, but that was very special to have that incredible play at home. Here it is.
Well,
That's my favorite moments, right?
yeah, that's it right there. Yeah, that was crazy. But you got so many to pick from. We could probably spend 2 hours just breaking down plays one way or the other. Before I let you go, because I know you got to get to practice. I normally don't do this, but I'm going to with you. I want you to brag about your staff. I mean, we talk about the players all the time, and I know you're going to deflect it and say, hey, listen, it's a team. It's all about the players. But your staff has really, really done a great job. I mean, everybody had expectations for this team, and so far, so great with what you've accomplished. But a chance now to really brag about that staff you put together, because they've done a great job.
I love that question because I think, being the leader, being the face, they don't give as much of the credit, and they're incredible. I recruited Michaela here. My first year was with Sherelle, her senior year. CO recruited me. She was my recruiting coordinator, brought me to Notre Dame with Coach McGraw. And then I brought in Carlos Knox, somebody that I've known for 25 years, experience from the WNBA when I was with the Fever. So all four of them have just been my rocks. They have been the hardest workers. We're family, and they do a great job of keeping me balanced. They're always doing a great job with the players and just work really hard. But their intent is special. They want to help me be great, and they pour into our team, and our team is a reflection of all the love that they give them, and also the development that they give them.
Well, you and the staff and the players are doing a great job. And again, best of luck. And I tell you this every time we have you on the show: stay healthy. It's one of the few times I think I've talked to you in February where you're like, Pack, I can't even have a practice. We got like 5 ladies that can go out there and scrimmage. It seems like, you know what, knock on wood, that it's
Yes.
starting to come together. And I hope it just keeps on rocking, because you guys have been unbelievable to watch. And we wish you the very best.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.